Joining me now is Camille Martin. Camille is a registered dietitian, health blogger, senior technical editor for the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, and author of Love to Lose, Love Your Life, and Watch the Weight Lose Itself. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Wendy. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you for having me on.
Yes, I'm glad you're here. And I love the title of your book.
Thank you.
Yes. And we may talk a little bit about that, but this episode is about greens.
Okay.
And so I wanted to get your take on really why are greens so important to have in our diet? What are your thoughts about that?
Well, my thoughts are that most people get so few greens as to be like just, practically non-existent. But greens have so many, especially the dark leafy greens, they have so many vitamins and minerals and just probably yet to be named nutrients that are just packed in there.
I was reading that spinach is kind of like the #1 superfood. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, spinach is amazing. I always think that like the greens, for some reason, it's probably psychological, but the greens that like nobody likes, like the more gnarly they are, like beet greens or mustard greens that nobody eats. I always try to get some of those in there. But spinach is fantastic. And the good thing about spinach is that it's so mild that you can mix it with anything, even a fruit smoothie, and you won't even know that it's in there.
Well, that's great information about greens for people, but I know your focus has been about weight reduction. So can greens help at all with losing weight?
Yes, well, greens and any other fruits or vegetables are packed with fiber and water, so they're more filling. So if you load up on greens or fruits or vegetables first before you eat, the main part of your meal, it's like if you have a salad first, then your meal, your stomach has registered satiety faster. So that you're not going to fill up on all of those other things first. But in terms of the process of actually losing weight, the nutrients, the micronutrients, vitamins, and minerals that are in there do help the chemical processes in your body happen. That's how they happen, is all of those micronutrients that the vegetables and the greens provide. So if you give your body what it needs to function properly, then definitely weight loss is one of the functions, burning fat. So it should happen faster the more you nourish your body. Yeah.
So are there recipes out there that'll make these greens without taking the nutrients away, make them a little more desirable? Besides a smoothie, we can throw it in a smoothie, but not everybody loves the smoothie,
No, not everybody likes that, but yeah, I mean, you can saute them. So like if you're cooking a steak or whatever, and then you've cooked your steak and you take it out of the pan and you've got it on the plate, just toss in some greens in your pan and let them wilt a little bit and then put that on the side, so like. And I just keep a bunch of like cilantro, basil, and at the beginning of the week, I take one of those packages, the prepackaged greens at the grocery. I chop it all up. I chop up cilantro and basil and occasionally mint or something and arugula. And I just mix it all together dry with no dressing and put it in a Tupperware container. And then throughout the week, I drop it in the smoothie or I make a salad. Or I add it to, like my kids want mac and cheese. So I make them mac and cheese and I might have a few bites of that, but have the greens on my plate, as the main part of the meal. But yeah, there's tons of cookbooks. Like, I love Jason Vale. He's the, I think he calls himself the juice master. He's got so many great recipes.
I think your advice about getting it ready at the beginning of the week, having it in the container in the fridge, it makes it so easy.
Yes.
Just throw in a little greens in whatever you're making.
Yeah, every bit counts, and you don't have to overdose on them. It all of it counts. It all helps. Baby steps. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So I want to talk for a moment about your book because I love the title and the idea of that loving your life really helps some of the weight to come off. So what is your thought behind that?
Well, so through my own experience of 25 years of dieting and failing, trying to lose the same 10 pounds over and over and over again, I finally gave up and quit dieting. And once I did, and all of that resistance that I'd had inside of me, resistance against food, against my body, and just feeling that pressure, when it was gone and I wasn't trying to control everything,
Mhm.
it freed me up. And I was in this relaxed, peaceful mode where I had decided whatever I want to eat, I'm going to eat it. If I don't want to work out, I'm not going to work out. And so what happened is rather than go full force into binge eating like I thought I would, if I was allowed to eat whatever I wanted, I thought I was going to go off the rails, but I didn't. It was the opposite. So all of that resistance went away. And then when that happened, my weight started to drop without really me trying, because
Wow.
I wasn't being pushed to binge and
Mhm.
feel guilty and feel all of that resistance. But then I started setting these smaller goals that made me really happy, like learning about nutrition, taking a nutrition class at the local university, speaking French, I moved to another country, all of these things
Wow.
that when that pressure was gone, I started really loving what I was doing and finding joy again. And when I did that, all of that spilled over into every aspect of my life, including my health. So I figured out that when you really are loving what you're doing and you're filled with like passion and joy, there's no need to sit and like binge eat on the couch because you're busy and you're happy and
Mhm.
you have a life filled with joy rather than, self-hatred and self-sabotage.
Wow, that's fascinating. So where can people find your book?
You can find it on my website on my shop page. So my website is camillemartinrd.com, and you can just click on the shop tab and get right to it right there.
Excellent. Well,
Yeah.
thank you so much for joining me. It's been really interesting. And I think it gives people ways they can add greens into their diet and then
Yeah.
perhaps figure out where their joy is so they can live a fuller life and enjoy food again.
Yes, it's so important. But thank you for having me on, Wendy. I really loved it. It was fun chatting with you.
Me too. Thank you.